For justice!
Paladin was one of Hearthstone's 9 original classes. Paladins are noble warriors empowered by holy magic, and are known for their usage of holy spells and their many cards with a divine shield keyword. But like the other 8 original classes, today Paladin's core mechanics feel outdated compared to the many mechanics of the Death Knight class, which has its own deck building and resource systems. Welcome back to the long-awaited return of my Hearthstone class overhaul series, a series where I've added new mechanics and systems to many of Hearthstone's original classes, similar to the ones in Death Knight. In today's episode, I'll be sharing the overhaul I made for the Paladin class. In this video, I've given Paladin 3 new specializations like the ones in Death Knight, which I call edicts, as well as a new resource system, a new keyword, and a change to the Silverhand recruits mechanic. I call this update Adhere to the Edict. Let's start with the new specializations. Like Death Knight, Paladin will get 3 specializations or edicts you can choose between when building your deck. There's Holy, Protection and Retribution, but unlike Death Knight's runes, these edicts won't prevent you from playing with certain cards. Instead, the edicts are more like guidelines that support a variety of Paladin's playstyles. You see, these edicts are linked to another mechanic of the overhaul, a new resource I've created for Paladin which I call Holy Power. If you choose the Holy Edict, you will gain 1 Holy Power every time you cast a Holy spell. If you choose the Protection Edict, you will gain 2 Holy Power whenever you play a minion with Taunt. And finally, if you choose the Retribution Edict, you will gain 3 Holy Power every time your hero attacks. So what is Holy Power? Well, like I said, Holy Power is a new resource for Paladin. You can have up to 10 Holy Power, and in-game it will be represented on a new bar under your mana crystals. Each time you gain Holy Power, this bar will fill up by 1. Holy Power is used for 2 things. The first thing you can use it for is a new keyword exclusive to Paladin, Empowered. Cards with Empowered will spend a certain amount of Holy Power for a bonus. The number next to the Empowered keyword will indicate exactly how much Holy Power you need to spend. Here I've made a couple examples for what cards with Empowered could look like. But that's not the only thing you'd use your Holy Power on. You know how I said this video would change the Silverhand recruits mechanic? Well, the other thing you'd spend your Holy Power on is upgrading your Silverhand recruits. Let me explain. From now on, your hero power and any card that summons Silverhand recruits would have its text changed to Summon a Silverhand member without specifying the stat line. This is because your Silverhand recruits would change their stat line depending on your Holy Power. Because when you summon a Silverhand recruit, you'd also spend all your Holy Power to give the recruit +1/+1 for each Holy Power spent. If you summon multiple recruits, the game would try to divide the bonus stats equally between all recruits summoned. All the cards that summon Silverhand recruits would get changed to feature this new phrase, as you can see here, but I've also made most of them a little weaker to compensate for the synergy with your Holy Power. But that's not the only feature of this mechanic. You see, at certain thresholds, your Silverhand recruits would upgrade into new minions. This is the reason it says Silverhand member. If you spend 4 Holy Power to make a recruit a 5/5, it would instead become a Silverhand soldier, which also has Taunt. If you've made a recruit an 8/8, it will instead become a Silverhand Paladin, which has both Taunt and Divine Shield. The last thing I made for this Paladin overhaul is the new legendary Tyrion the Ashbringer.
You must become the Ashbringer.
Tyrion is an 8-mana 8/8 legendary minion with Divine Shield and Taunt, and he also has Empowered 10. If you spend 10 Holy Power in playing him, Tyrion will equip a 5/3 Purified Ashbringer, and this Ashbringer can't be destroyed by any means. So once you pop Tyrion, your opponent is on a ticking clock with the potential 5 damage taken each turn. Think of it kinda like Alexandros Mograine in Death Knight, who was actually the former wielder of the Ashbringer, only this time with a little more damage but is now vulnerable to Taunt. That's it for all the new features of my Paladin overhaul. You pick your edict, which generates Holy Power, which you spend to upgrade your Silverhand recruits or on your Empowered cards. It was all connected the whole time. But before we end the video entirely, I've been working hard on my next expansion and I'm finally ready to reveal it. It has nothing to do with Dr. Boom or Netherstorm, it's Gnomeregan Film Festival. Expect more updates coming with future videos. That's it for today. My next video should be another patch notes video for my Mongrel Horde expansion, now that it has a mini set. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, you name it, and I will see you next time.